Can you sit down? Can you sit down? Oh, she's a good girl. She's a good girl. Hello, my name is Alyssa, and in this video, I will be sharing with you how you can transition to carnivore from a standard American diet and 5 simple and easy steps. Okay, so you may be wondering, why can't I just jump right into carnivore? Why do I need to go through those 5 steps? And I have 3 answers to that question. First, it's gonna take you some time to become fat adapted or learn how to burn fat for fuel as opposed to running on primarily carbs. Second, you may have low stomach acid if you are coming from a diet that was really low in fat, low in meat, or very high in vegetables. And lastly, if you were previously eating a lot of foods that are high in oxalates, like spinach, kale, chocolate, and almonds, to name a few, you may experience symptoms of oxalate dumping as your body finally has a chance to purge some of those caustic crystals. Beautiful beast. The amount of time that you spend in each stage is completely up to you, but I would recommend spending at least 3 days and up to 3 weeks in each stage. The hope is that by going through this process slow, we can minimize any of the negative symptoms associated with those issues I mentioned you might have with adaptation. Step 1 is going to be increasing your meat and fat consumption and completely eliminating all vegetable and seed oils and any fake meats from your diet. That means you're going to be having meat with every meal. Pretty much however much meat you were eating before, now you are going to have even more, possibly twice as much as you were eating before. And that can be beef, pork, chicken, fish, seafood, anything you like. You're also going to be throwing out all vegetable and seed oils, okay? You are no longer going to cook with these. You're no longer going to fry anything with these. Instead, you're going to start using things like ghee, animal fat, lard, and butter. At this stage, you can still have processed food, but you need to make sure that that processed food does not contain any vegetable oil. These Pringles with cottonseed and sunflower oil, you'll need to find alternatives to the snacks you liked. For instance, these Parmesan chips only have Parmesan cheese. And you'll also need to pay attention to the ingredient list on snacks that you think are healthy. Like these cashews, they have sunflower oil. The raw cashews, however, are just cashews with no vegetable oils added. When in doubt and you're not sure what you can and cannot eat, you know you can eat meat, so stick to the meat department. Step number 2 is going to be getting all of the processed food products out of your diet. So if it's got more than 1 or 2 ingredients and it's not meat, it's trash. So during this phase, you're not going to be using any more of these processed foods. So if you want pancakes, you're going to be making pancakes from scratch. If you want mashed potatoes, you can have mashed potatoes, but you're not going to be using like potato flakes. It's going to be potatoes that you boiled and mashed and added butter and sour cream and all that good stuff. You can still have things like pork rinds. Those are technically processed food, or beef jerky, as long as it has like no seed oil. The same thing goes for if you want potato chips or plantain chips or Popcorn. You can have these things, but they should be prepared with butter or tallow or lard as opposed to canola or soybean oil. You can even make things like brownies and muffins as long as you are making them 100% from scratch and they don't have any seed oils in them. Step number 3 is going to be eliminating all sugar, all sweets, all grains from your diet. You also will want to start adding a little bit extra fat, like extra butter, to your meals. It's a gooey one. Alright, so at this step, we are completely getting rid of any refined sugar, any honey, maple syrup, agave syrup, any flour, anything made with flour, all of the grains like rice, oats, anything made with corn, so popcorn, tortillas, tortilla chips. No more crazy homemade sweets, so no crazy date peanut butter cups or prune brownies or anything else crazy you could think of. Step number 4 is going to be eliminating all starchy vegetables. You're going to get rid of the beans, legumes, nuts, seeds, and all sweet fruits. So this step may be the most difficult step in all 5 because you are going low carb, okay? You're not going to be having any more potatoes, no more beans, no more nuts, seeds, no more carrots, no more sweet fruits, so any berries, oranges, bananas, watermelon, all that's going to go. You can, however, keep the non-sweet fruits like the olives, avocado, tomato, lemons, limes, and your veggies will probably just consist of like herbs, cilantro, lettuce, spinach, and other green leafy veggies if you want to keep having those. Because we are eliminating most of the carbohydrates at this point, this is the time when you may start to experience some of those keto flu symptoms you may have heard about. So you may need to supplement with electrolytes like keto chow or LMNT. If you're someone who has trouble holding on to sodium, potassium, magnesium, you may also get some diarrhea or constipation, but all of that is going to be temporary and it's just going to take your body some time to adjust. There are people, however, who have no symptoms from eliminating carbohydrates. It just depends on the way your body reacts as an individual. The last and final step before you are a carnivore is step 5, where you're going to remove all of the remaining plant foods from your diet. So pretty much all that's going to be left in your diet at this point is anything that's coming from an animal. So any type of meat, eggs, dairy, butter, lard, tallow. If it came from an animal, you shall eat it. If it came from a plant, get it out. There are, however, a few caveats, okay? So depending on why you're coming to carnivore, you may want to leave more in or take more out. So if you are coming to carnivore for the sole purpose of weight loss or maybe trying to lower your blood sugar, you can probably get away with leaving in those lemon and limes, vinegar, and pretty much any spice and herb seasoning. You probably want to go ahead and take out dairy though. If you're coming to carnivore because you have autoimmune or gut issues, you probably want to go down to just beef, water, and salt to get a baseline, or ruminant meats, water, and salt to get a baseline, and leave the dairy and any herb or additional seasonings alone. And then finally, if you're coming to carnivore because you have high blood pressure like I did, you may want to play around with having less salt on your food, because while it is uncommon, salt sensitive hypertension is a thing. So if you're on carnivore and your blood pressure isn't going down, it may be because you are a salt sensitive hypertensive, and this means that you are someone who excess salt can keep your blood pressure high. So you may want to experiment with salt-free carnivore. So if you made it this far, you went through all the steps, took your time, you are now a carnivore. Congratulations. Grab a plate of meat with some meat on the side and eat it. Hot damn! That's delicious. And we all lived happily ever after. The carnivore way of eating has truly been one of the most rewarding experiences in my life. I've never been happier. I've never been healthier. I've never felt better on this planet Earth than I have since eating all meat. And I just want to share it with the world, because I don't think anyone should miss out on something so good. Cheers! Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at meet, M-E-A-T, Mrs. M-R-S Grubs, or at Unity, YOUNITY_fit. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.